What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. Yesterday's Dungeon Defenders 2 developer stream revealed some good stuff about what's to come in DD2. Now, instead of just chopping up their live stream and using the highlights, Chromatic was nice enough to give me access to a build where I can show off some of the new hotness that is coming soon. Now, first off, we know that Chaos 10 is coming, and as they showed on stream, it will require a champion score of 12,750 to access Chaos 10. So make sure you're squared away in your Chaos 9 gear to get Chaos 10 unlocked. Now, additionally, this update also is going to bring a new area, the Hidden Caverns, which is going to bring 2 new maps to the game. I am allowed to run around and show off one of them. However, before we get to that, let's take a look at the Engineer. The Engineer, of course, is the newest playable hero in Dungeon Defenders 2. This is a reimagined version of the old Man and Machine that we were expecting back in the day. It's been completely reworked and retooled and is now the Engineer. This is one of the available skins that will be there at launch. Now, there is several skins that will be available, but let's take a look at the Engineer's abilities and defenses. First off, the defenses. We have the EMP trap. It emits pulses of electricity, dealing electric damage and stunning nearby enemies. Then we have the sentry turret. Fires single target projectiles at nearby enemies at an incredible rate. The magnetic night tower throws a lance that extends outward, then returns back to it, damaging everything in its path. And then the railgun tower charges up a powerful laser that hits the strongest enemy in range for massive damage. The Engineer's abilities are going to be the Bunker Buster, shoots a fast-moving rocket that explodes on impact, dealing splash damage. The Drill Smash, the Engineer slams his drill into the ground, sending earthen spikes forward in a line that damages enemies. Then we got the Orbital Cannon, marks an area on the ground. Any enemies within this area will be bombarded with lasers, dealing damage over time. And then the Steam Blast vents all accumulated heat in a blast of steam, damaging and drenching nearby enemies. The Engineer's movement and attack speed also increases for a short time. Let's take a look at the abilities first, checking out the Bunker Buster. So this one, as it mentioned, is going to be a rocket and an AoE explosion. Just so you all know, I do have a celebration equipped. However, I've got no other gear, shards, or mods or anything in there. So not a reflection of the damage that will be done. It's super fast moving. The rocket, it's almost instant delivery. It just gets there super, super fast. And without a doubt has a mighty large explosion area. If we check it out, shooting at the floor in between all these dummies, oh, it is going to hit everything and looks to be quite snazzy. Next up, we have the Drill Smash, slamming into the ground, sending earthen spikes forward in a line that damages enemies. So taking a look at that ability, looks quite snazzy as well. Then we've got the Orbital Cannon. I gotta say, I'm usually not a big fan of things that you have to aim at the ground. However, the Orbital Cannon looks quite cool, and it lasts a long time. Even with no gear, no shards, no anything, it just packs a punch, and it just keeps on going. Kind of cool. I definitely can dig that. Like I said, I'm normally not a big fan of things that go onto the ground. However, that does just look amazing. And then last but not least, we have that Steam Blast. Of course, the Steam Blast, as you see, everything we've done so far has created heat, meaning we are getting that heat up. To burn our heat off, we're going to use Steam Blast, which is going to do AoE damage and drench enemies near it. So that's going to dispel all the heat instantly and will allow you to keep going. Now, just for reference, just firing your normal weapon is going to generate heat. So everything that the Engineer is doing is generating heat, no doubt. Now, I, of course, am using that celebration here, and you see we are generating the heat up. However, we can use that Steam Blast whenever we get full to blast all of the heat instantly right out. So everything that you do on the Engineer will generate heat, and you will have to dispel it over a period of time. And now taking a look at the defenses, we do have that EMP trap. So this one, as you see, it's going to have a stun duration. It's going to do, it's similar really in size, I think, to an explosive trap, or maybe close to it. However, actually, it looks like the effective range is a little bit larger with no shards. However, it is sending out that blast, and once again, you see it does have a stun, so it will be stunning enemies. And then next up, the sentry turret. This is the one I think I am probably the most interested to check out just because it looks really cool. It's kind of got like a welder slash bot vibe to it. It almost looks like it's a welder mask on it, but it's got that Gatling gun and the rapid fire going out. Now remember, this is Uncharted, so the rounds will spray once you get this bad boy all sharded and modded up. And then we've got that magnetic night tower. This one has got some Pokemon vibes. It definitely looks pretty darn cool, and it does do damage as the lance goes out and when it returns. So it's going to do damage both ways down the lane, and definitely one to check out. And last but not least, we have the railgun. As far as cool factor goes, I personally am a fan of the railgun. I think this one is going to be one of my favorite looking defenses of all the new defenses. It's definitely got a railgun vibe to it. Everything about it looks pretty darn good. They did a great job on the visuals on it. And this, of course, is going to fire that high impact shot. And you notice, even with no shards and everything, the range on it is pretty darn good. This is with the range gambit from the Ascension. But the railgun definitely looks super cool. You see in the tooltip up above, that will be doing storm damage. As far as element types on the rest of the defenses, as you would expect, the EMP trap is indeed doing storm damage as well. You can see the little storm icon next to it. For the sentry turret, it is unattuned, so we're going to be able to attune an element to it, I would imagine. And the same goes with the magnetic night tower. We've got no element directly attached to that. Now, as I mentioned, there will be several skins available. This is the Diver 1000. This is going to be a skin that is available right at launch, and then we've got several more skins that will be coming as well. We have the Jade 1000 skin. It actually has a little bit kind of a translucency to it that seems a little bit more than the other Jade skins. Then we've got the Ice 1000. This one looks quite snazzy as well. And then, of course, the Galaxy 1000. So a little Galaxy skin there. I gotta say, the Diver skin, I'm a fan of the other Diver-related skins in DD2. The Abyss Lord's Diver skin looks incredible. I think this one looks really good as well. So definitely one that you'll probably want to pick up. You see, we even got a little fish on the backpack. And then this is the default look at the Engineer. Looks good. It's a little dwarf in a robot, as we expected. Looks quite nice for certain. Now, besides just the auto fire, I'm using that celebration canister, of course. Since it does use canisters, the shot will be dependent on what type of canister you're using. You've also got a really, really nice right-click or alternate fire. It is a drill arm, and it just pounds it down. In addition to this, if you tap the drill arm, you're going to get a little shooting out and returning, doing damage. It appears both ways to these bads. Let me check it on this dummy here. Yeah, it is indeed doing damage both ways. So that looks very, very nice. Once again, everything we do here on the Engineer is generating that heat. So you're going to want to blast that heat off whenever it builds up too high. And now to dive into the new map in the newest zone, the Hidden Caverns. And here we are in the Lava Caverns. Now, this one has got a similar vibe to the Lava Mines in Dungeon Defenders Awakened. However, is completely its own entity. So this one has been completely built up. And we take a look around the map. You got lots of lanes. We've got 2 cores to defend. We've got one lane that's going to come out right from here and come down and around. Lots of lanes with the multiple cores. So we've got one core down here, and then another core up across that way. We've also got lanes, and it looks like flyer lanes that are coming in, or the flyer lanes are headed over that direction. We also have the lanes coming around here that are wrapping around and going down to that core also. This is a cool little feature right here. I definitely dig the bones there to run through. We've got a couple of sets of those. There's another one over here. Definitely quite cool, no doubt. I was going to see if I could get stuck in there, but I can't quite get stuck in there. We see we got another lane coming around this way. The background, as with just about every map in Dungeon Defenders 2, does look quite visually impressive. They did a hell of a job with that one. You see there is that flyer spawn up top there. And this lane is going to run around to this core. So this one is right here. We got a bit of a back door here as well as we come around to yet another spawner right there. We got some little shortcuts we can take throughout the map, though. That'd be kind of nice. And then coming on down, we do have a lower lane coming down and up and around from down below. And another shortcut across here. So definitely lots of places to fall to your death. However, lots of places to get around the map as well. Let's jump on back here and see what else we've got over in this corner. This is the other side of the map. Once again, very visually appealing. Looks quite nice, no doubt about it. The lava flows look quite awesome. So this area, of course, is going to come back around into this core. So no shortage of lanes, no shortage of cores, and this one will be a fun one to defend. You see, we have 1,500 DU to work with, so there is a generous amount of DU to build out the map, and it will be nice to see exactly what we can do on this one. But when, you might ask, when? And we got the answer to that, not directly, but the answer is very soon. This update is scheduled to land tentatively next week. Now, we don't know when next week. It could be delayed to the week after. However, right now, the plan is to get this update out and in our hands on the live game as early as next week. So good things coming in Dungeon Defenders 2, and we've been waiting for a while, so it will be nice to finally get our hands on Chaos 10. But that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.